David Schwimmer. Vlog. I think I mentioned when he wore that shirt like the first week of school that David Schwimmer and I played D&D together online. Yeah. That was You'll see. And Shaver warm sheet out. And the homework mystery. No, maybe. Yeah.
For that review, can I come in like sometime tomorrow for like questions that I was supposed to do for like
Yep, that's fine. Tomorrow's early dismissal though, so that'll be difficult. But
are you here like in the morning early?
yeah, probably.
Homecoming is just 1 week away. This year's theme is Disney. Our first US Day is Marvelous Monday.
No. Come on, Macy.
Thursday, use the friend and dress up for you. You got a friend in the characters Thursday. And on Friday, dress up all USA for women all together. Make sure Homecoming tickets will be for sale during starting today through next Tuesday, October 1st. Tickets are $7 each, bought by October 1st. After that, you'll be able to buy them at the door for $10.
Macy.
Powerpuffs are posted outside this friend and room on the top floor. If you want to bring Powerpuffs, you also need to permission from the pink cooler hanging outside this friend of the room. Permission slips are due before you're able to play. There will be 2 nights of Powerpuffs this week. Happy birthday to Molly and Rebel. Don't forget to stop at a Bi-County to pick up your free Eric King treat. Importantly, you are free to choose, but you will not be the consequence of your choice.
You understand me on a phone level. All right. Here we go. So, what are we doing? What? Okay, so those are dots. Okay, they're circles. Do not fear them. They're just as scared of you as you are of them. What we're going to do is count them. Find the funnest way to count them. I'll get the first one out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Does that annoy anybody? 13, 14, 15. So there are 15 dots, no matter how you count them. You can't count them by twos. You can't do all that stuff, right? Like there can't be 30 of them. There's only 15. But your way of counting them is your way. So we know the answer. The question is, how do you come up with it? Come up with a fun way to count. My third hour class really took off with this. I was very excited about it. Hopefully you guys do as well, because I'm actually recording this one. Okay? We're doing it live! Brought to you live, straight from the lockdown. No. Okay. Go get it. You have 4 minutes to do it, because the song of the day. The song of the day is by the Pixies. And by the Pixies, I mean Pixies. It's not the Pixies, it's just Pixies. This is a band that formed in the late 80s, early 90s, and brought this like new sound to this like new wave of music. The song is called Where's My Mind? The album is Surfer Rosa, which is a fantastic album, one of their most famous ones. I can't show you the album art because it's NSFW. Here's the song, Where's My Mind? You have 4 minutes to get this done. Work together. Life is not what you do, but it's who you do it with. Yeah. Talk about it. All right, from the beginning. Where is my mind? Stop. find another. Got two. Dots are just as pretty as far as yeah, because it's all about getting the right answer, not having to work hard at all. Like, actually think about it. Come on, it's dots. How hard can it be? No. That's not what I want.
Yeah, it's like a. On here.
So if I write on this, does it appear? That's what I want to know.
Like, he doesn't even have a smiley face.
All right, that was Pixies. Where is my mind? Oh man, it's not gonna appear. I'm trying so hard to make it appear on here. That sucks. Man, that sucks. Guys, we need to get a GoFundMe going for the second camera so I can do the stuff on the whiteboard.
But
All right, well, that really sucks. So, let's, oh, I can't even clear the whole, yeah, I can clear it, right? Totally? Oh, no, I can't. Yeah, this is useless. This thing is useless. Who invented this crap?
Don't take mine. That's
All right,
mine.
so,
Don't take mine.
who wants to go first?
Nelly does. Nelly does. Me.
Quinn, would you like to show us yours so you can get the credit? All right, yeah, go ahead. Here you go. Nice catch. Bad throw. Why? Oh, man, this makes me mad that it's not going to show up on it. That is thoroughly annoying. Why are you bad at this? What's wrong with you? Why are you so bad at your job? You broke it.
Huh? I don't know.
What?
hey, Mr. Mac, like,
Yeah.
you know that one, like with the colors in that? Click on the top left corner, maybe.
That works. That works. Quinn, why was it so hard?
Why are you so smart?
Now try. This thing is a piece of garbage. Ooh. So she did a spiral. That's one way to count them, all the way around through there. Interesting. Bailey, you have another one to add? You what? You what?
Change the color.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so check it out. Here's what she did. She said, look, I've got 3 here and 3 there, 3 plus 3, then I've got 5 down the middle. So that's 3 plus 3 plus 5. And then she counted around the outside, and she counted these guys twice. So she had to subtract 2 after she was done. So she did 3 plus 3 plus 5, that's going to be 11, plus, looks like 6 around the outside, because you didn't count those for some reason. You
Well,
just
I
did-
didn't count the middle ones either.
Gotcha. You just did 1, 2, 3, 4. You're just lazy. Okay, fair enough. So that's one way to do it. Any others? So far, not as creative as I would have hoped.
Sorry.
I know.
No, it's right now. It's
Right now.
Is it live?
Yeah, but you can't see anything.
Well, I know, but it's like it's really delayed. Like
Yes, it is.
You said what so long ago, and it just said it like that,
Yeah.
like a couple seconds ago.
You know it's a SpongeBob reference, right? You what? Right? It's the fish. He like gets really mad. The chocolate episode. I can't do it without hurting my voice and probably scaring people. We're under lockdown. I shouldn't do it. All right.
Just keep starting.
Who wants to try?
Oh
Marissa.
It's just
wait, can you make sure that it's not the one? Because I was really paying attention.
You weren't paying attention. Great. Nope. It's original. Go for it.
Can I like write?
And for Marissa.
Wait, can I write A on it?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it this one?
Yeah.
Okay. No, sorry. It's not working.
Oh man.
Okay.
Why would you do this?
You should pick a better color.
Like and subscribe. There's nothing wrong with orange.
And I like undo that.
It's not a good orange.
My accounts.
Oh great. We only kid in the class that is eating color for the board. Alright, keep going, keep going, keep going. Got it. You make your fours like that. For sure, you see that side's pretty nasty. Wow. It can live. It can live.
I'll make like 50 accounts.
Like and subscribe.
I'm subscribed.
Alright, so Marissa has taken her sweet time. Okay. So what she did is she counted across the top and then this, and then she did the middle and then she went down here. Which is very similar to how I did it.
Something in the chat.
But if you look at the shape of it, this is the beauty, okay? If you look at the shape of it, check it out. She did this.
Subscribe more.
It's actually.
You were
It's an M for Marissa.
50 subscriber celebration.
50 subscribers?
I'm your 50th sub.
Why'd you subscribe so late, Mark?
Alright. Here's waiting to be number 50. That's what everybody's doing. Now it's just going to open up. Alright. Got another?
Talk in the chat.
Oh, I got one. I just thought of it.
I'll think I'm loaded.
I just came up.
Come on, Ellie, let's go. Hurry up.
Oh my gosh, is that Mark's on your room?
I just came up with this
Oh
in my
my
head.
god, no one cares. Just do it. No one asked.
Go with the day.
You go like that.
Oh wait, we weren't supposed to write the numbers.
You could write them if you want. There's just a more efficient way of doing it. Follow the path, right? Wow, squiggles.
I did that.
By far my least creative class. All right, any others?
I got one.
I have to bring this up here because it's like really complicated.
Wonderful.
Okay.
I'm a subscriber to the other.
Star Hero, why did you put that?
Trying to go to another account.
Mark Star Hero.
All right, I need Zed to get in the chat and start banning people. All right. Okay, so here's how she did it. 1, 2, 3, 4. She got the corners, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So she's jumping around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She stayed over here just to throw us off, and then 8, 9, back and forth. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, cool. You want to see another one?
Ellie's being disrupted.
Nobody else wants to do it. Okay, Hannah.
Bailey does.
Now Bailey does. No. All right, so she did the cross in the middle first, and kept on following that pattern until she decided to go to the outside like a fiend. All right, so if I may, I have a different way of doing this. Beautiful job. Did everybody see this? Fantastic. Here's how I think she was thinking about it. She was thinking about it like this. Here's a cross, and here's a cross. All right, put it away. So we have 5 and 7, right? But she overlapped. So 5 plus 7 is 12, minus 1 is 11. And she did this. Ah. So we have 5 plus 7. Minus 1. Hannah, this is not how you did it, but we're going with it anyway. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the outside. How many overlaps do we have? 1, 2, 3. So minus 3. Should be 15. 7 and 7 is 14. Plus 5 minus 3 minus 1. Checks out. That's 15. 5 minus 1 minus 3 is just 1, right? And 14 plus 1 is 15. Any other ways? What about this? How about this? How many are across here? 7. That means there should be 7 dots up here, right? It's just we didn't have them. Right? That's 7. What about this? How many dots here then? Should be 5, right? So we 5 by 7. What's 5 by 7? What's 5 by 7? 35. Now check it out. That means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots there. Right? So it's 35 minus how many of these blocks are we going to have? 4. What's 5 times 4? 35 minus 20 is 35, and I didn't count a single dot. How about that? Negative space, baby. Give me one more. What you need to do is just go into a class where you're all in the same room, like business or something, Mr. Stevenson, and just all start it up at a different time. Just have it, just like wave across the room. Okay, everyone start at 3:55, right?
I'll do it.
All right, check it out. 1, 2. Oh no, that's an 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she went like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What a pattern. What a pattern. What a pattern. How about this one? 7, 3, and 3. That makes 13. 2 left over. 15.
No dots. It didn't mark.
I know it didn't mark. That's okay. We have our own mark. Questions? Lots of ways to do it. You guys are the most boring. So I'll have to do this again with 6 Hour and actually figure out a way to get this on there. Delete this video. It's so embarrassing. YouTube is not my fault. It's my 4th hour class. We've talked about this. It's not my favorite. They're just okay. There's not much to look at. Really, they have no hope.
You should look at the comments on your.
All right. I'm going to ban all of you.
Look
All right.
at the comments on your live.
Let's do it live.
Oh.
All right, so get out the homework that you totally did. Did not do it.
I actually did.
I want you to try it and come in with questions. And again, if you're stuck on step 1, that means you need to come in with questions before class, right?
Oh my god.
That's the idea. All right, check it out. Let's take a gander at, did we do number 3 in class yesterday or no? Let's take a gander at number 4. All right, turn it off so you can learn, because you're going to have a quiz on this Friday, and it's going to be your first proof quiz, and it's going to kick your butts, every single one of you. Okay? It really is. It really is. So turn it off. Make sure you're paying attention. All right, so number 4. Here's what we're going to do. Here's the strategy, guys. We're just going to write down what we know. We don't know what we're doing. We've got an end goal in mind, but we're just going to write down what we know and then try to get from there to there, okay? So first off, they say that 1 and 2 are supplementary. We've got here, I told you to change this, right? What did I tell you to write there? 1 and 4 are congruent. We know that 3 and 4 are supplementary. So check it out. Our end goal is to have angle 2. What color do you want angle 2 to be? Green, she says, authoritatively. Okay, and what color do you want angle 3 to be? Purple. Okay, so we need to get 2 and 3 together. Now, do we have a setup right now that have 2 and 3 together? We know something about 1 and 2. We know something about 1 and 4. We know something about 3 and 4. We don't have anything with 2 and 3. So we're going to have to do some switching out to get them in the same room. Remember, we talked about this the other day, right? We just got to get them in the same room. We don't care if they're congruent or not. I mean, eventually we want them to, get together. But we just need them in the same room because if they are truly the same thing, if they really are compatible, the math will take care of the rest. So just get them in the same room. We got to do some manipulation here, though. All right, so that's what we're doing. Let's write down what we got. Again, let's assign some colors here. What's angle 1 going to be? Orange. Great choice. Great choice. What do you want angle 4 to be? What do you want angle 4 to be? We already did blue. Oh, no, we didn't. You're right. You're right. Angle 4. Okay, cool. So here's angle 4. Here's angle 1. Angle 2. And angle 3. Okay? So let's write down what we got. We got angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. I'm not going to write that they add up to 180. I know you want to because it's by definition, right? But that's not given to us. That's something we're going to have to pull out ourselves. Okay? So angle 1 and angle 2 are supp, S-U-P-P, which is a funny thing to say really fast. We know that 3 and 4 are also supp, right? So I'm going to keep those together. I'll come back for the 1 and 4. I need an and sign there, not an R. An ampersand, if you will. All right. We also know 1 and 4 are congruent, right? That's given to us. So how do I know all this information? Given. You with me so far? Okay, now I can get rid of this stuff. Our goal is to get 2 and 3 together. Don't forget that. That's the goal. 2 and 3 in the same room. Okay? Hopefully they're congruent. So, given this information, what other things do we know about these angles? It's going to seem silly because it's like, well, didn't they just say that? No, we have to say it in a different way. If 1 and 2 are supplementary, what does that mean about them? Yeah, go ahead. Yep, the measures of angle 1 and the measure of angle 2 are going to add up to 180, right? They sum to 180. Now, remember we talked about porn wars the other day, right? Ban me, YouTube. You don't need to be able to define everything in here with words. Words are hard, but you need to know it when you see it. So when you see that these are supplementary, you know that that's what that means, right? So that's by definition. By definition. That's how we know that. Now, the same logic should hold true for 3 and 4. So let's get that out of the way, right? Both are by definition. Cool. So we need to get 2 and 3 together. We have equation with 1 and 2 in it. We have equation with 3 and 4 in it. We need to get 2 and 3 in the same room, the same equation. Now, what do they have in common, these two equations? Doesn't look like anything, right? We've got a 1 and 2 there, a 3 and 4 there. What do they have in common? Yeah. It's okay. They both equal 180. Oh, yeah. Brilliant. So if that equals 180 and that equals 180, what do we know about these two things? They equal each other, right? So measure 1 plus 2 equals 3 plus 4. And now everybody's in the same room together. There's a name for that. All right, here we go. Measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2 equals measure of angle 3 plus measure of angle 4. Now, why was I allowed to do that? Well, because I've already established that they're the same dumb crap, right? 180 is the same as measure 3 and angle 4 added up, right? Cool, so that's substitution. If they are the same, we can switch them out. The rule that says we can switch them out is subs, S-U-B-S. Not S-U-B-T, that's subtraction, right? S-U-B is not enough. You need the S on there. So that's dope. So now we've got 2 and 3 in the same room. They're both in the same equation, right? Now, how do we get rid of the other people, right? We want 2 and 3 to get together. We need to get 1 and 4 out of there and, you know, give them some alone time. How are we going to get rid of them? Hannah.
Measurement of angle 1 is congruent to measure of angle 4.
See how they're the same dumb crap? So which one do you want to switch? 1 for 4 or 4 for 1? You have no idea what I'm talking about. 1 for 4? All right, so instead of writing measure of angle 1, I can write measure of angle 4, right? Because they're congruent. So I'm going to do that. And you're going to see what happens. That's substitution again, right? We switched stuff out. I switched out 1 for 4. Why? Because they are the same dumb crap. If I told you angle 1 equals 5, right? Or angle 1 equals 27, you could switch out this guy for the number 27, right? Well, I'm telling you, it equals angle 4. Now notice, if we subtract angle 4 from both sides, what happens? It goes away, which is the whole point of math, is to make people and things go away. So I'm going to subtract angle 4 from both sides, right? When I do that, naturally it goes over here. And notice a positive angle 4 minus an angle 4 goes away. That's convenient. So what we get is measure of angle 2 equals measure of angle 3. And we did that by subtraction, right? S-U-B-T. I subtracted angle 4 from both sides. You smell what I'm stepping in? And now we have 2 and 3. Now, they wanted it congruent. We have the angle measures. And now, without needing a reason, we can just say, therefore, angle 2, right? We're talking about the figure here, not its measure. Figures are congruent. Measures are equal. Because measures are numbers. So, therefore, the angles must be congruent, right? If they have the same measure, then they must be the same angle. Swag box. All day. Nice job. Good insight. Saved us a lot of work. So again, what did I do? Let's walk you through it. Okay? I just wrote what I knew. It says they're supplementary, so they add up to 180, right? Put it back when you're done. So if they add up to 180, that's cool. But look, they both add up to the same thing. So they should equal each other. Right? That's substitution. I switched out 180 here for this stuff. Because it does equal 180. Then, Hannah noticed that 1 and 4 are the same thing, so she wrote it like that. They're the same thing. So why not write 4 instead of 1? Which means when we subtract them, they go away. Then we win. How do you feel? All right? Nice job. The key, you found the key. Noticing that they both equal the same crap, so they equal each other. That saves a lot of work. Otherwise, we had to rearrange the equations and do a lot of substitutions. I did that third hour because that's what they wanted to do. Well done. Okay? So again, we know that they're supplementary. Supplementary means they add up to 180. So I wrote that. If 1 and 2 equals 180, and 3 and 4 equals 180, then 1 and 2 equals 3 and 4. Right? So I wrote that. I switched out 1 for 4 because it says 1 and 4 are interchangeable. And I wrote this. That way when I subtract angle 4 from one side and do it to the other, it goes away. Again, the goal should be to get 2 and 3 in the same room, right? Who cares if we have extra junk? If they're meant to be together, the math should work out where everything goes away except for those 2, right? It's magic. Destiny. They're meant to be together. And things did. Your job is to get from here to here. Everything else kind of flows naturally from there. That's the hard part. The first part's not too bad, right? Write what you know. The problem is that you guys never write what you know. You know it, but you never write it down. Write it down. Maybe it's helpful, maybe it's not. Just write it down. Then you have to notice the connection. How are they connected? What's the similarity? Well, those two both add up to 180. Those two both add up to 180. Therefore, they add up to each other. Okay? Let's turn the page on that. Looking at number 5. It says A, B, and C are collinear. For those of you that just got the worksheet, you're wondering where A, B, and C are. A is here. B is here. C is here. And then D, B, F. Really, all this is telling us is that we have 2 lines here. That's all it's telling us. Oh, you can't see it? Thank you. All it's telling us is that we have 2 lines, essentially, right? If those points are collinear, then they must rest on lines. So let's write that. So given ABC collinear, and DBF collinear. Right, that's what they gave us. Now, what does that mean? If A, B, and C are collinear, that means that ABF is a line. And, not ABF, ABC. ABC. And DBF is also a line. Now, how do we know they're lines? Well, that fits the definition, right? If we have a bunch of points that are collinear, it means on the same line. So that's by definition. Again, if it's really obvious, 9 times out of 10 is by definition, right? You know it when you see it. Those are lines by definition, right? The points are collinear. It doesn't like bend here after B and go off in another direction. They're a straight line. So we got a lot of goals here. We want to prove that 1 and 3 are the same and 2 and 4 are the same. Now, with vertical angles theorem, it's super easy, right? 1 and 3 are vertical angles by definition. Therefore, by vertical angles theorem, they're the same. Done, right? Scissor theorem. But we're not allowed to use that, okay? Not yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what we did to prove vertical angles theorem. 1 and 2 have a relationship. What's the relationship between 1 and 2? What kind of angles are those? Yeah. They're supplementary, but how do we know they're supplementary? Linear pair theorem says they are, right? How do we use linear pair theorem? Well, we have to know that they're a linear pair. Are 1 and 2 a linear pair? What does it mean to be a linear pair? They're 2 angles on the same line, are they? Yeah, they're on lines. There they are. So let's write that. 1 and 2, angle 1 and 2. What colors do you want to use? What color is 1? Red. We already used red for this stuff. I always save it for the swag box. Give me something else. Green. So 1 is green. Shut up! Wait, who said that? Oh, you can say whatever you want, Diana. All right. What about angle 2? Purple. What about angle 3? Blue. What about angle 4? Orange. Great choice. So angle 1 and angle 2 are a linear pair. How do we know they're a linear pair? By definition, you dingus. Right? They're on a line. Look, angle 1 are sitting on the line. There's the line. They're sitting on line DBF. Right? So that's by definition. Therefore, linear pair theorem says what? If we have a linear pair, what does it say? The 2 angles must be supplementary. Very good. So therefore, angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. That's by linear pair theorem, right? It says if we have a linear pair, they're supplementary. We proved that earlier, but we don't need to prove it now. Okay, so if they're supplementary, what does that mean? They equal 180, right? So let's write that. Therefore, measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2 equals 180. And that is by definition of supplementary, right? If they're supplementary, that's the definition. They add up to 180. Cool. So why am I doing this? It's similar to the last one, guys. It's going to be the exact same thing once we get there. We just had to get through a bunch of crap to get there, okay? What do you notice about 1 and 2? Well, they're a linear pair, right? What do you notice about 3 and 2? What do you notice about 3 and 2? Yeah, Quinn. They're also a linear pair. See how they're sitting on a line? So they're also a linear pair. So therefore, yada, 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 they're going to add up to 180 as well. So 1 plus 2 is 180. 2 plus 3 is 180. Therefore, 1 and 2 are equal to 2 and 3. Just like last time. Now, why did I know to do that? Because I want to get 1 and 3 together, right? Well, I don't have a good way to get them together without vertical angles, right? That's the cheater way. Oh, vertical angles, we're done, right? Without that, I got to get clever. I got to find some common ground. Well, 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 match up. I can get 1 and 2 in the same room. I can get 2 and 3 in the same room. Mutual friend of 2 gets me 1 and 3 together. Let me show you the magic, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. By similar logic, this is going to save us a lot of time. By similar logic, the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3, do you see how I'm cutting to the chase here? Also equals 180. What similar logic are we talking about? Well, look back here. Instead of saying angle 1 and angle 2 are a linear pair, I'm saying angle 2 and angle 3 are, right? Why? By definition. Angle 2 and angle 3 are supplementary by linear pair theorem. Angle 2 and angle 3 must add up to 180. Right? Same dumb logic I used before, just different angles. Okay? It saves us time. So we get that. Is that cool? Now check it out. These two equations are going to be equal to each other, aren't they? 1 and 2 makes it 180. 2 and 3 makes 180. Therefore, 1 and 2 must add up to 2 and 3. So I'm going to write that. Measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2 equals, instead of 180, I'm going to switch out for 2 and 3. And I think you're already seeing where this is going to go, right? Similar as last time. We're going to subtract some stuff. It's going to go away, and 1 and 3 are going to be on their own. And we did that by substitution, right? We switched stuff out. SUBST. Substitution. And then we subtract, things go away, and we get 1 and 3 on their own, right? I'm not going to write the rest of that, save time. But you see the idea? Subtraction property, both go away because we subtract it from both sides. That's the magic. And then we have 1 equals 3, which means 1 is congruent to 3, which is exactly what they wanted. Okay? So yada, yada, yada. We get 1 is congruent to 3. Swag box. That's what they wanted. Now, check this out. By similar logic, that must mean 2 and 4 are the same. Four is orange. Swag box again. Right? All of this applies to 2 and 4. 2 and 3 are a linear pair. Therefore, they add up to 180. 3 and 4 are a linear pair. Therefore, they add up to 180. Subtract the middle guy, right? The thing they share. We get 2 and 4 are the same. It's just by the same logic, just with different letters, different numbers. Okay. How do you feel about that? Okay. Let's go back and look at it. The hard part here is taking what they give you and saying, okay, those are lines. And if those are lines, then those angles are a linear pair because they're sitting on the same line. And if they're a linear pair, they add up to 180. Or, I'm sorry, they're supplementary. We need to say that, right? They're supplementary. And then by linear pair theorem, it says, I'm sorry, that's by linear pair theorem, and then therefore they add up to 180. Let me do it again. They're on lines, therefore they're a linear pair. If they're a linear pair, we can use linear pair theorem to say they're supplementary. And if they're supplementary, they add up to 180. Same dumb crap here. Put them together. Bam. That's the idea. How do you feel about that in fast motion? Does it flow a little bit better? No? Okay, so Ellie, thank you for being honest. Do you see how if they're collinear, that means that those points are on a line? right? Okay, so that's the first thing. That's kind of the harder part, actually, I think. And if they're on a line, see how ABC is a line? I'm sorry, not ABC, DBF. See how that's a line? Well, if that's a line, we have two angles sitting on a line. Doesn't that fit the definition of linear pair, right? Two angles, pair, linear, on a line. So we're good up to there. If they're a linear pair, that tells us, linear pair theorem tells us that if we have two angles on a line, then they must add up to 180. They must be supplementary. Is that cool? What does it mean to be supplementary? They add up to 180. So we're good there. I lose you when we go by the similar logic. Okay. That's all right. You're just unsure. It's different. That's normal. I wish it wasn't, but it is. Okay. Going back to the top, it says we also need to prove angle 1 and 2 are supplementary and 3 and 4 are supplementary. Well, check it out. Didn't we do that? Right here we did. 1 and 2 are supplementary. It's a much shorter proof. But there it is. The proof's in the pudding. What about 3 and 4 supplementary? Did we do that? Do we have 3 and 4 supplementary anywhere? We would have in our similar logic. Call it a day. It's fine. You're not sure, are you? It's okay. We'll do some more tomorrow. We got a little bit of time today still, right? Fourth period ends 11:30. Got a couple minutes. What I want you to do, go back and watch the movie. Go back and watch the YouTube videos. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. But more importantly, try this again. Get out a separate sheet of paper. Start from the beginning. Try it again. See if you can follow the logic. See if you can set it up. See if you can see the connections. See if when you don't have to write it down while you're going along, that you can actually predict what's going to happen next. Come up with your own proof. There are multiple ways to do this. Same thing with number 4. You need practice. If you're really, really lost, come in and see me. We can do some more proofs together. And we can walk through it, and you'll start to see the pattern, right? I need to get the things in the same room. I need to figure out what's similar between them so I can substitute stuff out. That's the idea. Yeah, writing's the hard part. Tomorrow, the plan was to do some more STAR testing or finish it up if you haven't. I kind of want to do more of this stuff, even with a shortened class period. I kind of do. I feel like it could help you guys. And then Thursday we'll review for a quiz. The quiz will be easier than the homework. That's the goal. Okay? It'll be a lot more of the algebraic proofs, right? Prove that x is actually 5. Okay? I will throw a few of these on there, but I want to make sure you're comfortable first. I don't want this to be a thing that kicks everybody's butt. It will kick a lot of butts. So you need to study, you need to think about this stuff, you need to come get help if you're struggling. But I don't want it to be something that's just there's no hope. This is all brand new. Okay? Gentlemen, we all right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's the gist. If you're a person that's really getting this and seeing stuff like you did earlier, that was great. Okay? Find somebody who's not. Work together. Do homework together, guys. My only request is not that you don't cheat, not that you don't copy stuff down, because I'm not going to spend time trying to figure that out. I don't want to. Who cares, right? Everything's made up and the points don't matter anyway. What I want you to do is make sure you explain it to each other. Okay? You have to talk about it. I can't hold you to that either, but please do. It'll make a huge difference. No one gives a crap whether you can prove this stuff true or not. It's not going to be a thing you use every day, right? But the logic and reasoning we use in here is going to be something you can use the rest of your life. How to structure an argument. That's important. Cool. Thanks for a good day, guys. Warm-up was all right. We can do better. We can do better.